lot of that water coming off of there, taking it down. Put heat tape
Water
in
comes
it,
off the back of the building and ends up
you know,
going down into the basement.
yeah.
There was a lot of discussion about that, and for every time that there was, this is a possibility, there was a reaction that, well, this could create that. So it was like, in the end, there really wasn't a definite
Water
answer
comes
to
from the
that
sky, and
word.
it's going to go downhill.
Yeah, well, that we
You
know.
can't stop it, all you
that's
can do
it.
is try to
Yeah.
direct it.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of, it seems like a lot of different approaches and theories about the best way to do things. But I do like, I think Josh has a lot of good ideas, you know, when he comes out and looks at stuff, so. And of course, it helps that, you know, he lives here and he's around the building a lot, so I mean, he's got a pretty good handle on it, so.
Did he talk any time frame to it?
for that, on the back, oh, that's the backside,
No, I mean
on the
east
side.
side.
You mean installation?
Yeah.
What? Well, first of all, it has to be approved.
Right.
Second of all, he did say this year that he will get a piece of the sheeting itself, of the metal, so that we can look at different colors.
Right,
That has to be decided. And that, and it was kinda hit a little bit, hoping it would be done before Rose Fest.
yeah, he
I
figured
would bring it.
about a month, didn't he, to get the materials? Maybe it'll be sooner than that, but I
Yeah.
thought that's what he was,
But that was kind of the last of the time frame, that, hoping that it would be done by then. He did not say that himself,
no,
but it was brought up that way, hoping that it would be done.
right.
And he kind of gave consent, yeah, I would like to see it being done by then too.
Yeah. And we talked about a darker color, you know, not, well, we talked about black too, but a darker gray or beige or something that's fairly neutral, and that goes back to the, if a mural or something's put on it, that, you know, you want something neutral, fairly neutral from a color standpoint.
So what was his estimate on how long it would take to do it from start to finish?
I don't recall of him giving.
Yeah, he really didn't give a real, I mean, he didn't give us an estimate of how long it would take.
So it's
3
possible
weeks.
we'd work on it for a couple of days and then be on for a week and.
But I think they'll, once they start.
No, that's
get it
not
wrapped
Josh.
up.
No,
Yeah,
no, once
they'll
they
start
start
get it wrapped up,
I would think
hope within a couple of
a
weeks.
couple of weeks would be more than sufficient. It's not that large of an area.
Right.
Right.
There are some things that he did state though, meaning that he has to get done first before you actually see it going up. There's measuring, a lot of tape measuring that he has to do. That's gonna take some time to get it all ready to go so that it's, I guess, like a jig, you know, set up, so that when he goes into it. So he said that's gonna take some time. So all of this is into that.
But the actual
Yeah.
installation,
Yeah.
2 weeks should be more than sufficient.
I'm not gonna say,
Should be.
but I would say
Should be.
that's reasonable.
Seems reasonable, yeah. And then if the liquor committee's gonna meet again, once we get this, he gets his samples, we're gonna set up a meeting shortly, and then what I'll probably do is just send a picture to the council of the color, and then if anybody's got any, you know, because it's basically gonna authorize the contract of this, so the color, so that we don't, I don't think we'd have to meet again to decide the color,
No, that
so.
would be appropriate for the liquor committee to decide that.
Okay. All right.
It was all in the budget.
Yeah, this was in the budget for the liquor store. Yeah. So, but, yeah, I would have, I mean, it needs to be approved or whatever. We need a motion.
I would move that we accept L&M Construction's bid.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Wonderful. So, we move on then to item F, St. Mark.
Yeah, this is just,
Proposed.
this is just an update. The EDA met this morning and had a conference call with Mr. Hankey. Couldn't apparently get out of O'Hare, so he had a flight issue or something. But anyway, he would like to buy 2.5 acres. As you can see on there's a couple of aerials there in your packet. Basically, at this point, what I would, and I'm bringing this basically for information, because we're not ready yet to talk any parameters, but this would probably be similar to what we would do, and maybe we can do it at the same time as the sale of the fire department building, or that discussion. He'd like to buy 2.5 acres. His plan is to put up a warehouse for parts related to his portable cement plants that he sells basically around the world. And he basically would like to use that site to put a warehouse in. He has said that he would screen, put up a privacy fence of 6 feet. I think the EDA talked about it would probably need to be more like 8 feet or more tall. That lot would require fill to be brought in to get it to be buildable. Again, we can talk more about this at the time, I guess, more detail-wise, but the next step would be that I've called him to set up a meeting with myself and Wayne and Randy to talk about the parameters of basically the site and what he'd like to do. There's some things in that, you'll see he's got a sketch plan there of a building on that lot, or that property, that probably wouldn't be feasible. That design would not be, would work, because he'd have to access it through basically where his old plant was, when he leased space from the EDA. And that, I don't think would be the right way to go with that. I think if he accesses that property, it needs to be through his current facility, maybe access it more to the east. So that building shows doors pointing to the west, I believe it is, and so you'd have to go that direction.
So,
Or is it, what,
they're facing east.
okay, the doors, okay, so anyway, we talked today about some issues
This
with,
this is the tree line right here,
okay,
or, excuse me, the tree line right there.
so,
Here's this building would be right up here. The way I look at it, I believe you're right. That's.
this would be the north side right here. So the building, it would face, I'm sorry, west. Understanding is this is the entrance to the
The north,
building,
yeah, the north side, I look at it this way,
would be right here, this would be,
that would be the west side there, yeah, you're the long way.
okay,
Oh, excuse me, yeah, that would be the long way would be the north side.
yeah, this would be the north side,
Yeah.
and this would be the west side, right here.
Yep.
So this would require him to go in through that land that, the area we wouldn't want to go through.
Yeah, he's,
If you look at the aerial,
you'd have to come in, I'm thinking, is where the cement is up here, he'd be coming in through his own plant.
yeah, that's how it has to be, because we have,
Towards the east end there.
okay, we have utilities on the west side there. So that's the kind of thing we have to get, we have to get that clarified with him, that he has to go, you can see on the plan, I guess the larger of the two here, that he would need to go, basically through here, if you can see that, and
Yep,
versus going this way.
Yep.
Because I think we have utilities in that area. We talked about that today, John was there. Over here, I think we have utilities. So that's not gonna work going that way. And we haven't sat down with him to talk specifically about that kind of thing, but that's what we need to do. If we get that clarified and, you know, it looks like a design could be, you know, he could put a building up that would meet access and would work, then what we would do is come back and talk to the council about, you know, specifics as far as the sale goes, or, I mean, talk about that, you know, basically part of it, so. So David, I don't know if you have any questions. I mean, this is something that it's real early at this point, so I mean, we don't wanna get too much detail, frankly, because we haven't met with him yet, face to face. I mean, he's just come in with this and said, here's what I'd like to do, so.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to meet with him and see what he thinks about the site. and-
Yeah, I mean, now that we've had some time to look at it,
Exactly.
that now we're kind of at the second stage of this preliminary discussion. And if that looks like it'll work, then I would bring it back to the council, because the city owns the land to the north. I mean, that's all part of the wastewater plant and of the detention area there up on the road. So,
Equalization base.
equalization basin, yeah, it's kind of an overflow area in effect, so. It's not a active, normally, you know, an active area, unless we have to discharge into it. But anyway, that 2 acres by itself shouldn't really adversely affect that part of things, but I don't think we wanna go anywhere beyond that, and we need to keep an access here to the west. We absolutely need that. There's other issues associated with this, like the city compost is there, we've got material piled there, those things would also have to be addressed. So.
Any further comments, questions on this?
I have comments, but I better not voice it.
Perhaps that would be wise.
Yes,
Doug, Jen, anything further?
Wait for more information.
Yeah, if you have any specific questions on anything too, you know, you can call me, and then I can talk to you about it that way. And everything right now, obviously, is just, proposed, it's not anything, nothing is said, nothing's been approved yet, or even really on the table officially yet, so. But I just want the council to be aware that he approached us about this, and give you all the information we have so far, so.
If everything were to fall into place, and it were to work, it would somewhat increase the tax base, which would be a good thing. Other business, schedule of upcoming meetings, SEMLN meeting in Manorville, Thursday, April 20th. Regular EDA meeting on Tuesday, April 25th at 8 a.m. in the conference room. Ridgey County Board will be holding its meeting here in council chambers on Tuesday, May 2nd at 9 a.m. And our next regular city council meeting will be Tuesday, May 9th, I got it correct this time, at 7 p.m. with a special meeting preceding that closed session at 6 p.m. Council staff general comments. Mark?
Just want to thank the veterans for all the work they're doing on this park, and I think that dedication will be wonderful. So glad that the city can, be involved in that. So, it's very.
It's easy for you to say.
Well, a lot of hard work has been done on that, so. Great, it's turned out very, very well.
John?
No, just that it's, getting into
spring, and I hope everybody can get out and spruce up their yards. Pick up some of the junk that's gathered over the winter.
I've been trying comments already. Richard?
I have no particular comments.
Doug?
Yeah, I did, you jumped on me a little bit, I was gonna comment on the same thing, and what I did wanna do is, mention that Officer Mike has gotten back onto the list of, abandoned cars, you know, unlicensed ones parked in this year. Been doing some work on that, I've been, with him a little bit on it, and, it's like pulling teeth in some instances, it takes time, I learned that from it. Also, I would like to make a comment and appreciation to the chief and all of the officers for filling in for Amy while she's recovering. And I do hope for a fast recovery for her.
Thank you.
That's it.
Joe?
Just welcome Councilmember Henke back, and it's nice to have my next door neighbor back here at the council meetings. That's it.
Nothing other than, thank you for putting up with me in Scott's absence. That's all I've got.
Well, it's good to see a new face from time to time. You did a more than adequate job.
The lady that came along once in a while, felt everybody was okay.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We'll second that one.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Meeting adjourned.
Kid ran a yellow light, crashed into her and just a problem, pulled the car.
Well, here.
Oh,
Thank you.
And she bombed her Chargers.
oh,
She's home.
Hey, I'm doing a favor. Don't run away, Terry, I want to see it. Tomorrow, they're gonna run the stumps out.
Because you didn't.
But just like we had talked about the scouts doing this.
That was nice.
We're gonna make somebody already contacted, talked to the other scoutmaster,
Website that does.
and he didn't know anything about it because I wasn't
I
involved in
missed you
it.
today on the
Was that-
tour.
Had to be somebody else besides me, it was mine.
Gotcha.
It was
Oh, but
That's the only one
It
I
was
didn't
the
have.
parts were
And I
good.
did it this
You know,
morning.
when the kids working with the instructors, you know, it was like short.
I wasn't there. Today is Tuesday, so I was not there.
It was so different.
So what's the deal?
Not
well,
as-
we're gonna do it.
Yeah,
I mean,
different as I could.
my kid needed so many hours of community service
yeah,
to move up.
It's probably a
And,
step.
So I thought that'd be a good thing for him to do. But the whole troop's gonna do it instead, which is fine, just fine.
Okay.
No, it works out better. It works out just fine. But, so I didn't tell John right away about it, because I figured it didn't really involve the whole troop. So then all of a sudden, he came to me the other night and said,
Hey, guys.
no, it was me, John. John did. And said, what's this I hear? The scouts have volunteered to clean up Veterans Park. I said, well, the scouts never volunteered for this. I said, I volunteered my kid, but
We will see some of it.
some veteran talking to John Smith about it. So I don't know.
that,
That was fun. I'll go out tomorrow.
Well, originally.
So, but yeah, so Earl's grinding,
I'll let you know what we say.
Earl's grinding tomorrow, right?
that's what I was told.
And we are, yeah, at 3:30 on